with bigger.
Who's this? Who's
Oh,
popping on? Who's
wow.
taking over the show?
And another big name coming on too. Look at this surprise interview.
What's up, guys?
We had to brighten up our day a little bit and get Coach Ward on.
Yeah, I mean,
I appreciate you guys getting me on here this quick, and another opportunity to talk about this wonderful team that we got.
I mean, just talking about this team, Coach, what can you say personality-wise? They're just every one of them so unique, but it's someone different that steps up every time. Now it was Caitlin Mitchell, Bellatofo, having big hits against one of the best pitchers in the state at Brecksville Broadview Heights. What can you say about just this team, that the attitude, and how it's a different girl stepping up every night?
It was something that we were talking about the other day, that their personalities, we let them shine. It was hilarious going into the coaches meeting with the umpires at the beginning of the regional game. And this is just a small snapshot of how just much fun these girls are having together. So I'm shaking hands with Rex Mack, and, we've known each other for years, and meeting the umpires for the first time. The girls all come out and they start singing Happy Birthday, the Happy Birthday Bella song, but they're directing it to me. So the umpire's like, "Oh, it's your birthday? Happy birthday." Rex is like, "My goodness, coach." I'm like, "No, it's just our team, what they do. I can't explain it, but it works for us." And it's just things like that they do that just really connect them together. It's their crazy personalities. They all mesh well together. And I really think it helps their performance because, again, somebody is stepping up different every day. And we keep preaching the messages, stay steady, stay steady. We've gone to say, be a goldfish, have that 10-second memory of something good, something bad, let's move on. And they've really embraced everything that the coaching staff has been trying to do.
I want to talk more about this regional game and the way it went from your perspective. And you guys set the tone early with the first run, and then, you were able to get out of a couple of jams and keep tacking on runs. There wasn't that crookeding, but you kept consistently putting pressure on that defense. And eventually that defense broke a little bit, made a couple of mistakes that you were able to take advantage of. From your perspective, how did the development of that game go? And how proud are you that the players were able to just stay the course throughout the entire innings 1 through 7?
Anna Wise is an all-state pitcher. And for us to have 2 strikeouts on the day against her and have the performance we did at the plate, the players are just embracing the message, trusting themselves. They are all high-level players. And now their confidence is through the roof. So it was a great approach. We stayed steady. We had a lot of opposite field shots, which is, we knew that they were going to try and work the outside, especially with Anna's backdoor curve being a lefty. It's starting on the chalk and breaking over into the plate a little bit. And we just stayed steady, took advantage when she left something over the plate that we could get. And, it always helps when A. Ray is starting us off in the lead spot and, she smacks a hit right out the gate, and everybody just breathes a little bit easier and feels a lot more confident to say, yep, we're going to have a good day today.
Take that a step further and we've had her on Running Point. We highlighted her, but just to get from your perspective, only a sophomore, but manning the shortstop position defensively extraordinarily well. And of course, every coach's dream for a leadoff hitter as well. What can you say about her development personally too, and what you're seeing out of her as a complete player?
I believe it was the 3rd inning, Grace O'Malley was up and Sid threw a beautiful changeup, got her slowing down her bat, makes contact in the 5-6 hole. They're already rounding, sending people home. She does this off balance. I mean, it looked like Derek Jeter. If you're a Yankees fan, if you're not, I'm sorry. But that's as best as I could describe it, as off balance, 1 foot across the body, throws an absolute dart to get the 3rd out. And right then and there, I really think that just kind of stole their soul in the game. That, as David Goggins says, you go out there to steal souls on that one. And Ayla Ray took it from them. And just her approach at the plate, I know you guys talked about her 2-strike approach, how she adjusts. She is just supremely confident. I 100% believe that she's a D1 player in the future, that any college that picks her up, is going to be very lucky. And don't forget how versatile she is as well. She's a heck of a catcher. I mean, she's probably one of the better catchers in the state, along with McKenna. And we're so fortunate to have that balance there in case we need it. But, with her being an excellent catcher, I mean, you can't argue with being an all-state shortstop as well.
want to talk about Sydney Watts in this game too. You can attest to this. I know I haven't seen too many of your games live, but I thought it was the best I'd seen her pitch live. The consistency with her pitches, how efficient she was with her pitches, didn't get behind too many hitters. Against that lineup, especially the top of that lineup. I mean, how impressed were you already just of how much she raised her game to even a newer level in this regional semifinal?
You know what? When she puts that face mask on and has the war paint on, it's a different person that steps out there. I know Sydney, and you see my social media. She dressed up as the Falcon yesterday. She found a 1990s basketball uniform, was wearing it around in school the other day. And she's just an absolute joy, happy-go-lucky kid in the classroom. But man, when she walks into that circle, it's game on. Like, she just accesses this mentality of, she is a beast and she is not afraid to go up against anyone. For her to get 2 strikeouts against Chelsea Mack is just sets the tone, especially in the first inning where, we get her out because, I mean, geez, that Chelsea Mack, I think that's the fastest person I've ever seen run a base. And, for us to keep her off the bases, I mean, when she laid down that bunt, it took 2 bounces in Soph's glove. Soph turns to throw, and she's already by the bag. And it's like you couldn't ask Sophia to play it any better. It's just if it takes 2 bounces, don't even throw it. So for her to match up against her, and that's always I think the biggest challenge for pitchers that are younger. So you have a 14-year-old that is obviously a D1 prospect going up against an 18-year-old that has signed and committed, and you have that 3 extra years of high level experience. And for her to just, be able to keep her off the bases is just a testament to just how mentally strong she is, how much she trusts the pitches that are being called and then finishes the pitches that are being called.
You work very closely, I know, with JV teams and with the youth programs too for softball in Austintown. Is this something we can expect for the next coming years of youth softball players coming in and making immediate impacts as freshmen and sophomores?
When my wife was head coach of the program in 2005, and then until 7 years ago, I could honestly say that there's been at least one freshman that comes up and takes a spot. And we are just loaded with talent in the 8th grade, in the 7th grade, 6th grade, 5th grade, and down to the 4th grade that we get to go, watch them play. We get to go be around them, have the camps with them. Fitch softball is here to stay for a long time.
I guess everyone would say that's a blessing, but from your perspective, I mean, it's not, because you only have 9 spots that you can give out, and you're going to start to be loaded with people that probably earned the spot and would be at that spot any other team, and you're going to have to pick and choose to put the best team out there that gives you the best chance to win. I mean, from a coaching perspective, talk about that, trying to evaluate these girls as they come into freshman year, what you're looking for to know, hey, I can trust them to go into a varsity level and I can trust them to step up in big situations, and what you're looking for to kind of them to prove that to you.
Players play, and you're going to notice that again, we run 11 month a year program here. So, once our season is over, hopefully in the next week and a half, they'll get a little bit of a break. They'll get about a 2-week window, and then we're back at it in the weight room, and we'll take advantage of our contact days that we have. And, those are all times that players start to mesh with one another. And there are so many opportunities. I mean, I think we average usually in a game anywhere from 12 to 13 players contributing in one way or the other, getting into the field. But a testament to our program is that, players understand that everybody is important. Everybody. I can't stress that enough. I know that everybody wants to be out there, but once they understand their role on the team and how they can help the team, and there's opportunities to get out on the field, but when you're not out there, here's the role we need you to play, and they embrace it. I'll tell you what, that is why we're so successful. We don't have any poison in the dugout. We don't have players forming little groups of, oh, I should be doing this or this. We're being successful. We want to be successful. We're going to support everybody, and we're going to love up the people that we know have different roles on this team. So when you look at program wide, when you could get high level girls that, we do have players that are on our bench that would start in other programs. Absolutely. But they're buying into the culture. They're buying into the team first mentality. They're buying into say, man, this is the most fun I'm having playing softball. And yeah, you know what? Sometimes I'd like to be out there more, but I understand it. So all credit to the players again. I love talking about them because their character, their humility, and that's why we are where we are.
I want to branch off that real quick because the players don't have that attitude unless the parents do at home as well. Talk about how blessed you are from the families that these players come from and how much they're able to buy into the program just as much as the players do.
Well, I was at a graduation party for Samantha A yesterday, and just seeing the parents interact with both the coaches, the players, with each other. Again, a team doesn't do it alone. There are so many support systems out there for Fitch. It is unreal, and every parent loves to see these kids succeed because, as I was talking to Curtis Mitchell yesterday, he's like, I love seeing this player, this player, this player. I've known them since they've been 4 years old. I've coached them in this one. And that's the same story throughout all of our parents. They all grew up together. They all know each other. Many of them are Fitch grads themselves. And so this culture of Falcon, our Falcon pride, it just keeps getting reinforced, reinstilled is that, again, our players honestly are happier when another player makes a big play. They get more excited for that than when they make a big play. And our parents are like that too. So shout out to all of our parents, especially to our booster club, our booster board. I can't tell you, it's over 1,000 text messages that I've had with Steve Hogan and our booster board, Steve, Shelly, BJ, Shane. I know I'm forgetting one person. I completely apologize. Like, they're nonstop building up these girls in this program. I mean, our girls have the best gear. They look the best out there. They have everything that they could ever ask for. And that's because the parents are all bought in as well. So shout out to all of them.
You talk about that Falcon pride too, and I know with the game being moved, I want to just ask you final question for you, Coach. What kind of an advantage is it to have this game be played at YSU Softball Complex, and how much you're going to need that Falcon pride to be on full display tomorrow?
Well, we saw that post that they want to turn YSU into North Canton East. And our parents took that very personally, and so they're rallying nonstop to get people at that game. I think you're going to see a sea of red and white and blue in the stands, just going crazy for us. We know we're going to have a big student section there. It's going to be exciting, and the girls really feel loved up by this community, by our school. I know Allie Foley mentioned it that some school systems don't celebrate all the sports teams equally. Here at Fitch, everybody is all in on softball. I had about 18 different people, custodians, parapros, teachers, stopping in today, just asking about the team, asking about the girls. So everybody in this community is in on Fitch softball, and we love them so much for it.
Before we let you go, I also want still a quick preview of this Hoover team for people that aren't out, aren't going out and scouting themselves, and obviously what they bring to the table, what Fitch fans should expect from them, and how you want to game plan against them without giving away the farm, of course.
Well, here's our game plan: be us, and that is our message throughout. Is that there have been times in the past where it's like you're trying to really game plan, trying to figure out what to do one thing, maybe try to give you advantage. Our advantage is us. And I say that humbly, but I believe we are the best team in the state, that these girls believe in each other. So our game plan is just be you. We talk to them that they don't have to be Superman or Superwoman out there. They don't have to try and access this different level. It's stay steady within yourself, be yourself. That's honestly the game plan. And, we haven't even honestly talked about Hoover to the team very much. They know the players, who they are. And, for your audience, they got Sydney Koosh on the mound, who is going to Robert Morris, is definitely a D1 recruit. She commands the ball well, likes to go up, likes to go out. Our players have played against her in travel. We've scrimmaged them at the beginning of the year. We had some success against her at the beginning of the year. So in all honesty, they have Faith Kiko, who's an all-state player behind the plate. They got Tess Butcher at shortstop, who is always in the top 4 in tennis, by the way. She's a multi-sport, high-level athlete. They got players up and down, and, Coach Rex Mack made me laugh the other day. We were talking about Hoover. Actually, shout out to Coach Mack. He gave me a call the next day and congratulated us again on, the big win. And, he's just an awesome, awesome coach. But he referred to Jerry Goodpasture as the godfather of softball here. And it cracked me up because he's one of the best pitch callers. He's one of the best at, figuring out teams and attacking them. And so we're ready for a great game. It's going to be, just an amazing battle, and we're ready for it.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for coming on last minute and helping us out a little bit. We're so excited for tomorrow. We know Ty will be down there and giving you all the YSN's energy, and we hope that Fitch can bring home a regional championship, and we get to take a trip to you with Akron.
Well, we're going to put our best foot forward and see what happens. It's a game. We're going to play it well, and at the end of the day, unfortunately, one of the teams is going to have to lose, but we're going to give them a heck of a fight. And I appreciate everything that you guys do. I know our team appreciates everything that you guys do, promoting the sport, and honestly promoting all of softball. I love seeing the interviews from the Boardman girls, from the Campfield girls, from the South Range girls. Everyone that you put on, you guys do an amazing job, because there is just such amazing talent in Northeast Ohio here that you cover, and we can't thank you enough.
I do got to give you a shout out before we go, because man, on your Twitter, no one from like a head coaching perspective respects and shouts out opposing players or players from other teams as much as you do, and that's one of the things that I so much enjoy about following you on Twitter.
Well, those girls deserve it. They're wonderful student athletes. They're ambassadors. For other coaches that dislike other players from teams is ridiculous. All these girls put in an amazing amount of work, and they play the game right, and always give them credit, always give them shout outs. We're going to play hard against you when we have to, but other than that, I want to see them succeed. I want to see Ursuline just completely blow out Massillon Tuslaw at 1 o'clock. I don't even want it to be a game. I want them to score 15 runs and be done, because that's how much I believe in them and their coach and their players. So go after it, Coach. Go after it, girls.
We appreciate all the support, Coach, and we wish you the best of luck in your quest to get these girls to Akron tomorrow as well. Hopefully, we'll be talking about a big win here real soon.
Well, appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.